It's the oldest question in the superhero playbook. What happens when an unstoppable force meets another unstoppable force? In the vast universes of DC and Marvel, two names stand out: Superman, the last son of Krypton; Gladiator, the Praetor of the Shi'ar Imperial Guard. Two titans. Two legends whose reputations stretch across galaxies. But when we strip away the logos, the costumes, and the publisher pride, who is the true unstoppable force? Let's set the scene. On one side, you have Superman. Created in 1938, he's become the blueprint for the modern superhero. Faster than a speeding bullet. He's more powerful than a locomotive. He derives his powers from the yellow sun, granting him strength almost without peer. Flight, heat vision, X-ray vision, super speed, invulnerability, and a will that bends but never breaks. Superman has moved planets, rebuilt entire cities with his bare hands, and stood toe-to-toe with cosmic threats that dwarf most villains. Across the universes, in Marvel's sprawling cosmos, stands Gladiator. Real name Kellerk, he is the leader of the Imperial Guard of the Shi'ar Empire, an enforcer whose power is matched only by his unwavering confidence. Gladiator's abilities are, at first glance, almost Superman's mirror. Super strength, supersonic flight, heat vision, he even sports the iconic cape. But Gladiator's edge is unique. His strength, speed, and durability are directly linked to his self-belief. The more certain he is of victory, the more unstoppable he becomes. Now picture this. A city stands silent beneath twin suns. The ground shakes. In the west, the sky splits as Gladiator, clad in purple and gold, descends like a comet. In the east, Superman hovers, red cape snapping in solar wind, eyes calm and clear. The air shivers with the promise of violence, because when these two clash, it's not just muscle meeting muscle. It's legacy versus destiny. The first blows are thunderous. Gladiator attacks with the speed of thought, raining down meteoric punches that blur the skyline. Superman counters, turning his shoulder, absorbing the kinetic force, then launching Gladiator across the horizon. Buildings crumble, clouds part, and time itself seems to hold its breath. In this contest, Superman's strength seems infinite. He's been shown to bench press the equivalent of the Earth's weight for 5 days straight. He's withstood the collapse of black holes and the most diabolical of supervillains, yet Gladiator refuses to yield. For every blow that lands, his resolve only grows. He's faced entire armies, he's torn planets asunder with single punches. His confidence, once ignited, glows brighter than any star. But here's the twist. Gladiator's greatest strength is also the thread in his armor. If his certainty wavers, even for a heartbeat, his power drains away. Superman knows this. He's been on the other side of nearly every kind of battle, and he understands the psychology of heroism like few others. While Superman draws his power from the sun, his spirit burns even brighter. He's defined as much by his clarity of purpose as by physical prowess. The battle rages on. Concrete rises and falls like ocean waves. Forces that could melt steel in seconds become mere sparks between these giants. Gladiator, for a moment, outpaces Superman, his blows so fast that light itself can barely catch up. But Superman adapts every sense, spinning at super speed, calculating, learning. He presses forward, his blue eyes never blinking, never doubting, never backing down. It's clear these are not just men, these are paragons of hope and discipline. But it's in the quiet moments between the shouts and shockwaves that we see what truly separates them. Superman, unflinching, has always been a symbol not just of power, but of restraint. The knowledge of exactly how much and how little to use. Gladiator, for all his might, is ruled by his emotions. His confidence can shatter. But when it holds, he is destruction incarnate. The fight, like all the best stories, becomes bigger than just fists and flight. It becomes a contest of ideals. Determination versus willpower, confidence versus hope. Can Gladiator's self-belief outlast Superman's unwavering optimism? Or will the certainty of one crumble before the unyielding spirit of the other? In the end, neither is truly defeated because both represent something elemental. Gladiator is the embodiment of belief unstoppable as long as he refuses to give in to doubt. Superman is the ultimate survivor, immovable, not because of force alone, but because he stands for something that never wavers. So who is the true unstoppable force? The answer depends on what you believe is the greater power: certainty or hope. In one universe, a purple-caped champion cracks the sky with his confidence. In another, a man in blue soars not just because he's powerful, but because he never stops believing, not just in himself, but in all of us. Maybe the unstoppable force is not in the strength of their fists, but in the unbreakable ideals they carry on their shoulders, in their hearts, and in the stories that outlive their battles.